Wow, so many things have happened since just Wednesday night when the FBI and the Department of Justice got together with J.D. Vance and Donald Trump and others in the White House to talk about the Epstein files, that I'm going to have to do 2 separate hot takes just to cover it. But I'll figure it out. This one's going to be about the new lawsuit that was just filed today. I have it in my hands from our partners, Democracy Forward Foundation, where they're suing the Department of Justice and the FBI for good measure. They could have served them while they were at the house, at the White House. They're suing them to get the Epstein files. What else? Under the first of its kind Freedom of Information Act demand on an expedited basis, since the Department of Justice and the FBI, no shock, blew off Democracy Forward Foundation, they filed this lawsuit. We want it all. In fact, wait till you hear how they have defined what they're looking for, including telling the Department of Justice and FBI, we want the Epstein files, the Maxwell files, everything about flight logs, everything about Donald Trump and Epstein, and everything about the client lists. Here we go. And here we go together. We're joined together at the hip here on Legal AF. We really are. We're together, and together we will overcome the Trump administration. Hit the free subscribe button. Signal to us that you want us on the air and you want this content coming to you. If we can just get a part of our viewership to subscribe, we'd be rolling in the clover, as my grandmother would have said. All right, let's get down to the new filing. And let's put this under breaking news. That's really to my producers. Breaking news, everybody. All right. Filed in the District of Columbia, no judge yet. It's under one count under the Freedom of Information Act. There's an expedited basis where you can ask, as the public, or them on our behalf, to get public records that are of great public urgency and importance. I mean, you got Donald Trump and Pam Bondi and everybody else in the MAGA world running around talking about the client list, talking about sexual predators, talking about child abuse, talking about pedophilia and who's involved and highest levels of power. Is it Trump? Is it not Trump? Is it Bill Clinton? Who knows? But I can't think of anything right now that's of more public interest than this particular case. So I think they satisfy that grounds. And here's what they said about the fact that this is a matter of widespread and exceptional media interest. Listen to their requests that have gone unresponded to, no surprise, by both the Department of Justice and the FBI. Because you have to give them either terms that they use for their search, or you give them categories. So they did both. Here's the request to the Department of Justice. All materials prepared or compiled by DOJ officials for Bondi's review regarding the Epstein matter. This is on page 10, paragraph 40. All briefing materials, such as memos, talking points, emails, prepared for Attorney General Bondi for her meetings with Trump regarding the Epstein matter, including her May 2025 meeting at the White House. Okay, remember that? We have new reporting that's come out in the last 2 weeks that Bondi ordered Kash Patel and his FBI to work morning, noon, and night round the clock to look at 31 gigabytes or a tractor trailer load of Epstein files. And they did. And they redacted them with Donald Trump's name and all that. They worked in 12-hour shifts around the clock for like the entirety of March and April. By May, that's the May meeting referred to here, Bondi briefs Trump and says, your name is in the files. And what else? So they want everything related to that. Then they they give definitions of what they want, key terms. You and I could write the key terms here on page 11 and 12 of the complaint. First key term, client list. Second term, Epstein. Third term, flight logs. Epstein going to his pedophile island. Ghislaine Maxwell, whistleblower. Okay. Now they sent a similar request to the FBI as well. Very, very similar request with the same sort of group of people, Pam Bondi and Todd Blanche, and whoever's working as the chief of staff and whoever's running the FBI. They want all records reflecting correspondence between Trump and Epstein. Yeah, we want that too. Okay. So what's going to happen next under FOIA? It's a very simple case. First, I'll report on who it's going to be assigned to, because random selected for D.C. federal court, and it hasn't happened yet because this case really just got filed. I'm trying to get Democracy Forward, which I will, to have somebody come on and talk to our audience and brief our audience about this case, but I wanted to come right on the air with it since it just got filed. Now, I want to be clear. We are not in favor of a cover-up, Midas Touch at Legal AF. Whoever is in the files, who's ever named besides Donald Trump, the 100 people that Ghislaine Maxwell identified, whether it's Prince Albert or Alan Dershowitz or Bill Clinton, whoever, anybody that participated in exploiting girls and women sexually should be brought to justice. So we're not in favor of any cover-up of any type whatsoever, and neither is Democracy Forward. Because they even say, look, you, and this is in their complaint, you as an administration, keep talking about that client list being on your desk. And Donald Trump, while he's running for office, asked about it, said, yeah, there's a list and it should be released. And all the other statements showing how close and tight Donald Trump was to Jeffrey Epstein for 15 years and to Ghislaine Maxwell as friends for 15 years. And then he wants us to believe that in those 15 years of running around and partying and chasing women, girls all over New York and Florida and other places, Donald Trump wants us to believe that he didn't know that his friend was running a child sex trafficking ring, whether he participated in it or not. And I just think that strains credulity, and I think we all do. So in it, they're basically saying, we don't care. This is Democracy Forward Foundation. Who's in there? It just is of great public importance that it be released. Now, this suit smartly got filed just today on the 8th. You can see it right there on the 8th of August. This is 2 days after the secret meeting, not so secret, that was supposed to be with J.D. Vance and Susie Wiles, the chief of staff. I'm sure Stephen Miller was there. Kash Patel for FBI, Department of Justice. I'm sure Blanche and Bondi were there. But they decided not to hold it anymore at J.D. Vance's house. It's like when they were kids, somebody found out the party was going to be at one person's house. You had to switch it. So everybody in the media, including us, reported about the meeting at these. It was a worst kept secret in Washington on Wednesday. The meeting at J.D. Vance's house, it got switched to the White House, where it's easier. People can step in and step out from rooms. Nobody knows. The media is not there. Nobody has to pull. Half the group doesn't have to pull up, with the media with binoculars like they would at J.D. Vance's house. Just shows you what an idiot J.D. Vance was. That not only was he going to hold it at his house instead of at the White House, which is stupid. He's got an office over there, but it leaked out. It's a very leaky administration. They have a lot of problems. Leakiness is among them. So I'm going to continue to follow this story closely. I'm going to try to get one of the lawyers that filed this lawsuit, or Sky Perryman, the CEO and founder of Democracy Forward Foundation, to join us. But in the meantime, I wanted to give you this hot flash of a report, and I'm glad you're here. Speaking of hot flashes, take a moment and hit that subscribe button. Together, we will overcome the Trump administration, but we got to do it together, speaking truth to each other. Demonstrate that you want our work on the air. Hit that free subscribe button and we will continue to contribute the way that we have. We got some great contributors here. Go check out all our playlists, all our great contributors, from Adam Klatzfeld to Sidney Blumenthal, to Shan Wu, to Court Accountability Action, to It's Complicated, Asha and Renato, to the Pragmatic Optimists, Rachel and Tiara. You're going to love our group here, anchored by me here on Legal AF. Take a moment, hit that subscribe button. Till my next report, I'm Michael Popok, and I got some big news for our audience. Most of you know me as the co-founder of Midas Touch's Legal AF and the Legal AF YouTube channel, or as a 35-year national trial lawyer. Now, building on what we started together on Legal AF, I've launched a new law firm, the Popok Firm, dedicated to obtaining justice through compassionate and zealous legal representation. At the Popok Firm, we are focused on obtaining justice for those who have been injured or damaged by a life-altering event, by securing the highest dollar recoveries. I've been tirelessly fighting for justice for the last 35 years, so my own law firm organically building on my Legal AF work just feels right. And I've handpicked a team of top-tier trial fighters and settlement experts throughout all 50 states known as big auto injury attorneys who have the know-how to beat heartless insurance companies, corporations, government entities, and their attorneys. Big Auto's attorneys working with my firm are rock stars in their respective states. States and collectively responsible for billions of dollars in recoveries. So if you or a loved one have been on the wrong side of a catastrophic auto, motor vehicle, rideshare, or truck accident, suffered a personal injury, or been the victim of medical malpractice, employment harassment or discrimination, or suffered a violation of your civil and constitutional rights, then contact the Popok firm today at 1-877-POPOK-AF or by visiting my website at www.thepopokfirm.com and fill out a free case evaluation form. And if we determine that you have a case and you sign with us, we don't get paid unless you do. The Popok firm, fighting for your justice every step of the way.